And good evening, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the Washington Wrestle Talk podcast. I'm your host, Mike. I am testing out a new microphone that I got for my laptop. LFC 28 is just wrapping up here. Happy 4th of July to everybody. I'm going to be joined here by Michael Larkin of the S&M podcast and the LFC podcast. As you hear the guys sign off here, and unfortunately I won't be able to watch tomorrow night's episode because I'll be at PDX Airport traveling to Pittsburgh. I have a late flight at 11:30 in the evening, and I arrive in Pittsburgh at 10:30 Saturday morning on the East Coast. Before I get Mike on the line here, the professional wrestling world lost another legend yesterday. For those of you who don't know who this man is, his name was Perro Aguayo. He was a legend in Mexico. He appeared in the WWE in 1997, appearing at the Royal Rumble event. Perro Aguayo was probably the most famous non-masked luchador in the history of Lucha Libre. His popularity is second to only that of El Santo. Of course, you can't really take El Santo. You can't discredit his legacy or anything. But Perro Aguayo was an absolute legend. He had matches with Los Capos, Los Hermanos Dinamitas, the Dynamite Brothers of Universo 2000, Mascara Año 2000, and Cien Caras, who all three of them are legitimate brothers. He had a son, Perro Aguayo Jr., who tragically died 3 or 4 years ago now. But Perro Aguayo, there was no cause of death, but he passed away yesterday at the age of 73. May he, from all of us here at the Washington Wrestle Talk podcast, our condolences and prayers go out to the Aguayo family. Now that LFC just wrapped up, a lot of surprises, and here in a moment I'm going to be joined by Mike Larkin of the LFC podcast. I had a little bit of issues with the live feed. There was a few times that it froze up on me, but that's the only issues I had. It was a good event. The crowd kind of seemed a little thin, and then I saw that they were on the roof of the venue. It was really cool to see Sybil Starr make her debut. Of course, a new champion was crowned this evening, as Roxy, or Renee Michelle, as she's known by, was stripped of the title. Of course, she just married Drake Maverick, and if anybody who watched Raw this past Monday saw her on television. So it was a good event. Tomorrow night they have another event. I may watch it at PDX if the event starts at 7 or 8, depending on how long it takes me to get through TSA. But all depends on how long it takes me to get through TSA. It's weird using this on my computer. Of course, Spreaker is my studio that I use. We'll give Hello? Hey, Mike, how's it going?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Just testing out this microphone that I've got, and time to do a recap on that event that we watched. I just mentioned that I had a little bit of trouble with the feed a couple of times.
Me too.
The first was when Jolene came out from the crowd. My feed went dead. I missed that entire fight until the very, very end. And that was a complete massacre. There's no.
Oh my god!
It was a. So.
Yeah, because Gypsy was supposed to, I think, fight Shea Golden, and she no-showed. So we had Gypsy Top Shelf Bay just get squashed in 30 seconds to Jolene.
Yeah. Do we know what happened to her, or?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Like, you were talking about your stream, Mike. Like, I came in, like, as soon as, who's she going to fight? Because, the rule, you can fight someone in the crowd. And then here comes Jolene, who is not supposed to be there because of the suspension. But then we get that fight, and it's just Jolene chokes her out, and that's it. It was a squash. It was, like you said, it was a massacre. So it was very quick. It also builds more to a return for Holly the Lotus May to get back into the fighting game and take on Jolene, which I'm sure we'll see in the future. So I thought it was an interesting way to start the show.
I thought it was too, and I think we might see that either at maybe the August show or even a September-October show.
Me too. I mean, I know Holly is training, itching and scratching and clawing to get back in there, so if it's not August, I can definitely see it in September.
I know I'm going to be at the August show.
Yes.
That's going to be fun to see Hazel make her debut.
I can't wait for Hazel to make her debut. I know she's been wanting this. Now you know this too, Mike. She's been wanting this for a while, and now she's finally going to make her debut.
Yeah, I was there. I've been with her this entire journey. When she was in the fan draft, and then she gets drafted, and now here we are. Next month. What was the biggest surprise to you in this event?
Well, I think for me, I got to say this. Now, we haven't seen, the second bout, we haven't seen Agatha Cannibal Carter since her loss at LFC 25 to Taysha Thrash Lochran. So Agatha comes back. She's taking on Bella Inc., who is 1-1 against Genevieve Hex and Jolene the Valkyrie Hex. So, I mean, she was coming in hot in that one. I thought they both gelled with each other very well, and then all of a sudden, armbar, Bella taps out, and as Agatha yelled out, I could even do with my tits out, and then boom, that was the end of the bout. So, and they asked her how she felt it was, and she said good. No need for any other words, just good. So it was intriguing, man. I enjoyed that because Agatha needed a win because, like I mentioned, she lost to Taysha at LFC 25, so she was coming back ready, full throttle, and Bella Inc. was looking to keep up her winning streak, but unfortunately, Agatha got the W. So, I mean, I was shocked to see Agatha win just because, like I said, we haven't seen her since LFC 25, so yeah. I was intrigued in that one.
And, of course, they're going to face off again tomorrow.
Yes.
So, Bella's going to be looking to get some payback.
Well, the bite, too, Mike. The bite, too.
The bite. Oh, my God. I mean, how could you miss that if you were the referee? But, it is what it is. It was really cool to see Sybil and take on Tomiko. I've been talking with both ladies, Tomiko especially, at the Session Girls event a couple weeks ago. That was a really cool experience for me to meet her. But Sybil, I've been trying to get on my podcast for a long time, and it was cool to see them both go the distance, per se.
Now, I just had Tomiko on the LFC podcast, and Sybil, I can tell they both were really looking forward, Mike, to going against each other, and they didn't disappoint. I mean, they went the distance. Tomiko gets her first win in LFC, and I think there's more to come. And now I was telling you as we were watching this, we were talking here, dude, she gets the win tonight, but tomorrow we got two girls that, were in the midst of Leon Hader, as we saw Leon Hader got the restraining order. So now we had the two girls that were in the midst of the Leon Hader rampage, or the rage that he had. Now they're going against each other tomorrow. Tomiko against Jessie El Toro Santos.
Yes, that's gonna prove to be very interesting. See if they keep up the restraining order on Leon Hader.
I'm intrigued, man, and I look at it too like this because you could tell. I mean, we'll get to Jessie's fight in a second, but look at Sybil. Sybil proved herself, to be a worthy contender, just being the amazing talent that she is. She has a bout tomorrow against another debuting talent, and one Gemma Jersey Babe Juliana, who is going to be making her debut for LFC. So that's going to be interesting. It's the young lion against the old lion, if you will. The young and thrash Gemma Jersey Babe Juliana. She's been talking trash on Twitter, saying she's going to show what Jersey babes and Jersey girls are made of. So that's going to be interesting tomorrow, Mike.
Oh, yeah, and I noticed that Sybil did some trash talking with Tomiko earlier today.
She did.
And, you know, you got to be careful of this trash talk because it can bite you in the ass if you're not careful.
Exactly. So I think, and I'll mention this right now, so I was really impressed because with Jessie El Toro Santos, we haven't seen her fight since Shea the Fox Mazzato at LFC 25, one of the most viewed videos on the LFC YouTube page. You know, Jessie El Toro Santos twerking on her while she was in the hold.
Oh, so, yes.
You know what I'm talking about, Mike.
Yeah, and she even mentioned that to me when at the Session Girls event, too.
Well, it was very memorable. Again, that David and Goliath style, which we'll talk about in the main event. But I looked at Jessie. I mean, she gets the win over Lauren in the second round, triangle choke. Both women evenly matched. I mean, Lauren coming back with a win over Jezabella Fire Queen Marie at the last LFC, and now she's taken on Jessie, and I thought she looked very well. I got to say, at the end, I thought that headbutt to the nether region, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
The headbutt. That was kind of out of line, but I think Jessie kind of liked it, so.
As she talked about with the sexual tension, because she, like I said, she loves it. You can tell that there's mutual respect there. And now, like we mentioned, she's going in against Tomiko tomorrow, so we're going to see another hell of a fight with Jessie El Toro Santos, which, I'll be honest with you, Mike, I like her in the role as the coach and as a fighter. I think she brings a lot of great elements because she's so smart and she has that mind for it. So, I got to say, I'm happy to see Jessie El Toro Santos back and better than ever.
Yeah, and I guess she just had a couple of amateur MMA fights there in Vegas not that long ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she trains with Syndicate MMA with Roxy Modafferi. She's one of the top girls in UFC and who was on The Ultimate Fighter. Stephan Bonner's gone to that gym. I mean, there's so many great talents at Syndicate MMA, so she's got a great training facility and a great training overall academy to go to prepare for her belts.
So the main event. I thought Monica had that one, but at that point, you know, I froze on my feed and I missed the 2-point deduction. So, did you see the 2-point deduction, or?
I did, Mike. So what happened was she was Shayna the Fox Mazzato was against the ropes, right? Mm-hmm. So she back elbows Monica Flowerbomb Garcia, and Monica is pissed because there's bloody nose from that, Mike. So what she did was she grabbed her hair and boom, kicked Shay right out of the ring. So the 2-point deduction was for the hair pulling by Monica and the kick at the end, and Shay got the one for that back elbow that busted Monica open. She was not happy.
Okay, so yeah, because I noticed there was some hair extensions in the ring there.
Yeah, that was Monica trash talking, taking out Shay's weave, as she put
it. So, of course, Shay is now the new LFC champion. I don't know if I told you that one of my dream fights was to have Jolene versus whomever's the LFC champion in a unification match.
Well, I gotta say, I look at what happened here, and I'll give my explanation to this quickly, Mike. I look at what happened tonight. Shay got her revenge from LFC 23, where Monica won the title, then lost it to Roxy Roundhouse Michaels, and now that had to be vacated. But we now have Shay as the champ. I mean, Shay's been around LFC for a long time, taking on the likes of the inaugural LFC champion that was Feather the Hammerhead and had so many bouts, like we mentioned, with Jessie El Toro Santos, the first bout with Monica. So it all comes full circle for Shay, and she worked her ass off, and now she's winning that title. But tomorrow, the main event is a title match. It's a title fight as Shay the Fox Mazzato goes head-to-head with Andrea the Storm Vladoy, which will be headlining tomorrow's LFC 29.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch that until, well, it all depends on what time it starts here on the West Coast. Is it still the same starting time, 8 o'clock?
Well, as I'm looking at the website now, it looks like 11, around same, like 11 p.m. It says 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and it'll be at Neapolis again. Okay,
so I may have I may be able to watch a bit of it while I'm at PDX tomorrow, because my flight doesn't leave there until 11:30 in the evening.
Well, I gotta say, Mike, as far as your travels go, I gotta wish you safe travels, man, and I hope you have fun in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I will. You know, I'm meeting the Pittsburgh Power Trio of Chloe, Delight, and Kat, and of course, Sunday I'm celebrating my 42nd anniversary of being on this earth.
Well, happy birthday to you, man. I